and welcome to this short mobile WMS webinar regarding Tasklet Factory, both our warehousing solution and more specifically our production and assembly module. Today's webinar will be with focus on the production and assembly functionalities that has been released quite recently. But first of all, I would like to do just a short introduction of Tasklet Factory for those of you who do not know us yet. And then I will do an ultra short introduction to the warehousing environment. And then last but definitely not least, a intro to both the production module and the assembly module. First of all, just a short intro to Tasklet. Tasklet Factory Mobile WMS integrates directly into Microsoft Dynamics NAV and Business Central, actually all the way back to NAV 4.0 and all the way up to the newest version of BC, both on-prem and SaaS, so the cloud version. Also, we integrate into Axe and Finance and Operations. Tasklet was founded back in 2008, and our solution is today sold through a Microsoft Dynamics partner network. We have 250 plus partners around the world, 800 customers, and all of these are divided into somewhere close to 35 different countries. We have a main office here in Denmark, where I'm situated. We are 35 people in total, and we have an office in the US as well, in Tampa, Florida, where I have 5 colleagues working from. Apart from selling the software, the WMS solution, we are also hardware advisors, meaning that we can help you guys out with finding the right scanning devices, whether it's being for handheld devices, hands-free, you want to do long distance scanning, if you need scanners for freezers and so forth. Apart from being advisors, we are also resellers of hardware, so you can actually get the complete package via us. That is all I want to tell you about Tasklet for now, and now I want to move on to the demo itself. All right, so let's first of all have a quick look at some of the standard warehousing functionalities. You'll be able to do basically everything you can do in NAV or Business Central in the warehousing module. What we try to do is just to make everything a lot easier for the guys in the warehouse. Before we start looking at production and assembly, I just want to show you receive, put away and pick quickly, just to show you and for you guys to get a feel on how everything works. So the receive functionality, this will be your purchase orders, sales return orders and so forth. We have a list of orders, and to quickly find the one we want to be working on, we just pick up a product on the pallet in front of us in the receive department, do a quick scan, and the system will actually filter. In this case, I scan a piece of orange chocolate. It could be a different product that will scan, where that, in this case, the pistachio chocolate is only contained in one order. It will open up the order automatically, and I'm ready to start receiving. We now know that it's London Postmaster who's the sender. To start receiving, simply scan a product, validate the quantity if I have all 10, like so. I'll do the same for the pistachios, scan the product and validate the quantity. If I haven't got all 15, you can of course change this and put in the amount that you might have. We also support both lot number tracked item and serial number tracked items. Just to show you quickly, scan the product, in this case it's lot number tracked with an expiration date. You can set the date automatically using the calendar. And next up, the lot number. If you haven't got a barcode for this, you can of course type it. That goes for everything within the solution. In this case, we do have one, and validate the quantity. And the same goes for the serial numbers. If I want to go ahead and post what received so far, I can do that using the menu in the right-hand corner. Press post and press OK. I can add additional information to an order if needed. In this case, it's a delivery note number, but it could be a signature or something else I want to add. That is definitely possible as well. I'll just go ahead and scan this. All the registrations I've done are now completed and sent back into NAV or Business Central, and everything is registered as being received. The last 2 lines here, I can receive those later if they're there. If not, I can just remove this order from the device. Next up is our putaways. the products we posted a second ago is automatically generated into a put away order and are now listed on the device. It looks more or less the same. The only difference is we now have a bin listed. So the internal location within the warehouse, the 03, 0002, 0001, and 003 bin. And just to show you how a put away would work, I'll go ahead and go to my first bin. I can either scan the bin first or scan the product first. That's up to you. It works both. So scan one, and then scan the next one and validate the quantity. And I'll keep going until I've placed everything. If I want to change the bin, that's possible as well. Let's say the expected bin is the 0001. I don't want to place it here. Instead, I want to place it on 0002. The system will pop up saying, are you sure this is what you want to do? And I go ahead and press yes and validate the quantity. And again, post everything I've done, like so. And again, this is now registered as being not only inside the warehouse, but placed on the recommended bins. The last I want to show you before we go to production and assembly is the pick functionality. So whether you're picking for sales orders or for production orders, it will look more or less the same. Open up your pick worksheet here. And as you can see, it looks like your putaways. We know which bin to go to, in this case, the 03 001, and go ahead and find our pistachios. Scan the bin first or the product first, up to you. And then, of course, validate the quantity we're picking. And the same with our lot number tracked item, scan the product and the bin. And then, of course, we need to scan the lot number for full tracking, like so. And again, validate the quantity. And then we're good to go and ready to post. And as soon as I post this, the pick is registered as being picked basically within the ERP system. Then we have some lookup functionalities, one of them being locate item. I'll just show you that one quickly. Basically, scan a barcode on a product, and this will tell you whereabouts in the warehouse you can find it and the quantity available. The same goes for the bins. We have a lookup functionality for those as well. So if we have a quick look at one of our bins, you just press the right button here. In this case, our bin W030003. It tells us that on this bin, there's supposed to be 100 Pugger peppermint teas. We have a few more really good functionalities. I don't want to go into these right now. I just want to say that if you, after seeing this, want to get a full demo, just contact us or reach out to Dynamics consultants, and they'll definitely help you with a demo of the functionalities themselves. All right, so let's finish this session off with having a look at our production and assembly module, which are both new. We have up until now, of course, been able to pick for production and assembly orders. The same goes for putaways of items from a production and assembly orders, and movements of items between stock and the production area, for example. But what we can actually do now with the production module anyway is we can register consumption and output on a production order. We can register waste, and also starting up time and time consumed on a production order if you're using routing. So opening up our production module, we have two production orders ready, and we are about to produce some mint chocolate and some orange chocolate. As you can see on the lines here, we have some information. We have the starting date. We said we're a bit behind, 3 years behind, so we need to get started now anyway. But we have the quantity we need to produce. How many we produced already, which is none, and then the remaining quantity, of course, and same goes down here. If we start up with the first one here, and we want to consume some items for production, and again, I want to say that this is if you want to do everything manually. This is the manual process, and it's based on the standard journals in the ERP system. Some of this might or will maybe be automated with some of you out there, but we want to show you the whole process from start to finish, and there might be a need for some customizations, and that is definitely possible as well. So start off with consuming items. Press the consume item or double tap the production order. And as you can see here, we have everything placed on our production bin, and everything has been picked already. So everything has been picked from the warehouse. We've done that previous to this demo. And we're basically ready to start receiving or start consuming our products by scanning them and validating. Going back one, let's imagine everything has been picked and we are ready to register some output. And again, depending on whether you're using routing or not and the whole time registration, it will look a bit different. If we take the first one up here and go to register output, this is a route-based production order. So in this case, we want to put in the finished quantity. To actually set up time, we can set that up and show that. We can put in run time and scrap. And again, we can either do it in steps just by tapping our way through. Finished quantity is 200. Setup time might be, let's say, 20 minutes. Our run time was 10 minutes. And then scrap, perhaps we needed to scrap 2 pieces. And then that's it. All of this is registered. And then that is for the production, and we can do the same for the packing of the product. You can also, just by choosing the line, start off by just register some time and nothing else. That's up to you. If you are working without routing, then go back one here. The orange chocolate down here is without routing. We want to register output. It looks a bit different. All we need to register is scrap and then, of course, the finished quantity. But if we do try to register time as it's not set up, we will be told this is not possible as this is not a route production order. All right, so let's have a look at the last functionality, the assembly module. As before, we have an order listed here that we need to assemble. In this case, a chocolate display. And we have the information, we have our starting date. Again, we're a bit behind on that one. We have the quantity we need to assemble, the finished quantity, and the remaining quantity. And let's just get started. I will open up this order. So the top line we actually see here is the quantity we want to end up with. So 10 in total. This is our chocolate display that we're actually assembling. The lines below is what we need to put into this box or into this display. And if we don't want to assemble all 10 at once, we can adjust the quantity we actually want to assemble. So just go ahead and press adjust quantity. I put in I only want to assemble one at a time, like so. And then, of course, the quantity we want to be using for the assembly will change. And to start this off, I actually want to go to the bottom and start off with the card box display. So I just need a single one for this one. The same goes for our mint chocolates. We need 25 in total, and we want to scan the lot number that we'll be using for this assembly. And the same goes for the orange chocolate, and we have a lot number for that as well, and the quantity. Last but not least, we want to actually register that this ends up being one chocolate display. So we need to scan where we're going to place this finished product and then put in the expiration date for this new product. I'm just going to stick with this one here. Then we can scan a lot number or type it like so. And then, of course, say, OK, we produced or we assembled one piece. And I'm happy to post that. It's now posted, sent back into the ERP system. And as you can see, we now have 9 remaining. Again, we can adjust the quantity if we want to. If not, we can assemble all 9 at once. That's up to us. Another possibility for the assembly orders is that you can actually create an assembly order directly on the device. Press a create assembly order. You can decide which item is it I want to create, enter the quantity you are creating on the assembly order, and so forth. So basically, guys, this is just a short introduction to Tasklet Factory Mobile WMS, both the warehousing and the production and assembly modules. We are, as mentioned, more than happy to set up a full demo where we can show you all of the out-of-the-box functionalities. So contact us or contact your ERP partner directly, and we'll set up a demo. Thank you so much.